we are, back again. It's been a while. I know you've missed us. We've missed you too.
You miss me?
Always. Even when I'm with you. So needy.
Wow.
I'm joking, not really. What's the crack?
What's the crack?
Dun.
Dun, 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 what's the crack? I actually read a really funny story.
Yeah.
I read a story where a guy and a girl broke up, and this girl basically posted this story, like this situation, in like a girls group on Facebook, and she basically said that her ex basically lied about having a spare key to her flat and said, "Oh, I don't have it."
Oh.
And what he did is, when she wasn't home, he broke into the flat and stole her cat.
Stole a pussy?
No, he stole a kitty cat.
Yeah.
He stole her cat. And then when she confronted him about it, he said, "No, it wasn't me. I haven't got your cat." And she's like, "Well, let me come to your flat and see." And he wouldn't let her.
Guilty.
So she had no way of proving that he had a cat. So anyway, she posted the situation to this girls group, and one of the girls was like, "Oh, I used to hook up with him like ages ago. Let me message him and I'll check if the cat's there." Anyway, she's messaged him. He said yes, invited her around. She's gone round, done the deed, and then stole the cat. And messages the other girl saying, I've got the goods. Where you at?"
Cat wars. I've got your pussy. Come through.
So then they both met up. She gave her the cat, and they posted the picture together of this cat and this crew together.
Just like, cat's just there like, the fuck is going on?
Like, who are all these people?
I recognise this human, but who are you? Where was I?
Literally.
It didn't smell like home. I pissed on everything. That's what they do, innit? Take a cat out of its environment, piss and shit everywhere. So I hope it did, and I hope it fucking shat on his stuff. How can you steal someone's cat?
Like, how random! I'm just gonna break into your yard and steal your cat.
But I'm assuming the fact that the yard had to be broken into for the cat to go missing. It must have been an indoors cat, so there was no cat flap. Because otherwise you'd assume like it ran away or someone else took it. You wouldn't think, yes, my ex has taken the cat. So are you not going to use your brain and think that she's going to know, albeit her keys are gone, the keys are gone as well, that you've stolen the cat?
Yeah, and that you won't admit that you've got the keys.
Like, how dumb is he?
Pretty dumb.
Does he not know that's a crime? Like, you can actually, if you rang the police, you'd go to prison for that.
I think his argument was, you can't prove it because I've not let you my flat.
Yeah, you can't prove that I've got your pussy. And what is this girls group? Like, are you part of this group? Is there this group on Facebook or something where women are just part of and they share information? Like, yo, I need help with one of my investigations. I've got a dead end. This is where I'm at. Don't worry, sis, I got you. I used to ride him. I used to know that cousin of the boy's dad's dog's nan. Like, this is now I know where you get all your information from. There's a group.
This is how, like, you know, how all women know everything. They're like, give me 5 seconds, I'll find it out. This is where we go to get the training.
It's not Google. You go into this group.
You go to this group and you get all the training of how you can investigate and find out all the information.
It makes so much sense now.
And there's like field agents there who will go and do things like steal your cat back.
It makes so much sense now. And I guess the male equivalent is like non-existent because it would just be full of men trying to dick measure against each other.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Although, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I see that. What's the group called?
I don't know what that group's called.
No, hypothetically.
Oh, hypothetically.
Like we're role playing here, you know, like we do in the. I'm showing off. It's been a while since we did the podcast.
Yeah, you're showing off. I couldn't tell. It's called Pretty Fly for a Cat Guy.
That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't, and that's why you would never know it's a group where we go to get trained.
It's covert.
Exactly.
I see.
You think we're just chatting shit about cat guys? Guys with cats.
I'm sure that is one of the topic of conversations in there, I can imagine. That and, you know, the latest celebrity news.
Lip gloss.
Why my makeup keeps smudging even though it says anti-smudge. And why my boyfriend or my ex has stolen my cat.
You've stolen my cat.
It happens.
Like, what would it possess in your mind to just think, let me go break into my ex's house and steal something?
It's just the motive, isn't it? Like, what are you? Is it for attention? Because you know they're going to know it's you, so
exactly.
It's not to get away with. So it's either for attention or like a ransom kind of thing that you want to inflict some sort of pain that you're unable to deal with yourself. So you think, let me do to her what I'm feeling by stealing her cat.
So it's like, what's
Weird
your
flex,
what's
man.
your motive here? What's your intention?
Like, man to man, whoever you are, just you know,
Just don't.
just don't.
It's gonna be okay.
The next
Don't
time,
steal a cat.
hopefully you don't break up again from another relationship that you get in. But if ever it happens again, just don't be a dick. Don't be weird. Just walk away, man. Just
And
walk
to all
away.
the girls, if you know this guy, don't date him. He's obviously nuts.
Yeah, he's obviously got problems. Unless the cat was really cool.
I mean, I don't think that's a reason to take someone's pet. Imagine if someone took your dog. Imagine.
I don't like this game. Go on.
Imagine one of your exes just broken into your home and just took like Nisa, and you come home and you're like, Nisa, and Nisa's nowhere. And you're like, Nisa.
To be fair, I'd think like a bird probably took her or something before it was a human. Seagulls coming. See Lisa flying in the sky somewhere like that. Just loving every minute of it. Absolute spastic. It can definitely happen.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also read another funny thing. Read a lot of funny things this week.
Sounds like it. You've been doing a lot of funny thing reading.
Well, you know, just happened to fall down these like little rabbit holes where there's just hilarious stuff for me to read.
Yes.
So a couple are getting married, and the photographer at the wedding.
Congratulations. First and foremost.
They're getting married, and there's a photographer at the wedding
Is shagging the wife.
No.
Oh, go on. Sorry.
Where the photographer is hired by the bride,
mm-hmm.
and turns out that he's actually her ex.
Oh yeah, shagging the wife. I was right. See, men have intuition too.
Close.
You know,
close.
It's just as good. We just take a bit longer.
So he is obviously at the wedding for like doing photographs, pictures, videos, everything, and the groom doesn't know that it's her ex. He's like walking past some people, and he overhears the bride's friends talking about.
No.
Yeah. He overhears the bride's friends talking about the fact that it's her ex taking the pictures. So obviously he's like, yo, lady, what's up? Yo, lady.
Hey, woman,
lady.
Come here for a second.
What is your problem?
I just want to talk. Go on.
So yeah, so obviously he confronts her and is like, what's going on here? You know? So I guess that we don't actually know if she was sleeping with him, but does beg the question: what is your ex doing at your wedding? And his question was: there's so many photographers out there, there's so many videographers out there, and you just happen to choose the person that's your ex. And also for the this is also extra weird because you're an ex.
Extra weird.
Ex. Like, what are you doing there, mate? What are you doing there? You okay? Shagging. 100% has to be, right?
Because like
it's weird. It would be weird.
Let's just in an unweird world, all right, they're still friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't the husband or to-be husband know? And why hasn't she told him that the photographer is going to be the ex?
Exactly.
Even if it's cool. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
like what?
And also, you know what else is weird?
Nah.
Say if she is sleeping with him, then why does she want him at the wedding?
Because she wants like everyone to see, and it's like a little kick thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting married to this man, but I'm shagging you as well. Side piece, main piece. Girls out here balling out these days,
I'm so...
Girls be players too. There's a reason that song's a hit, because it's brainwashing everyone.
Wow.
That's what
I just feel like you have to be like a different level of messed up to even be getting married and cheating on your partner. Well, one, to be cheating on your partner, one, to be getting married to the partner that you're cheating on, but then to invite the person and have them work and pay them for working at your wedding.
Maybe it was free.
Oh, it's paying on something else.
Yeah,
you just don't know these days.
Maybe they're tight for money, cost of living crisis and that.
Could you imagine in the future if like people can't afford stuff, and like girls who have OnlyFans chicks like print their stuff out and like, yo, I don't have any cash, but I can give you this picture of me bending over. Oh. Can I get some bananas, please?
Oh no, sorry, we actually take real money here.
Like this is for something, right?
Don't you have money from your subscribers? Use that. Oh no, I don't have any subscribers anymore because they don't have any money. because they spend it all looking at people like me online. Please, just one banana.
I think, you know, times are getting peak. It's going down that route. I was in the range yesterday with my mum and brother, and we're standing in the queue. And we hear a commotion. We hear a commotion. We see the security guard rustling over, and everyone at this point's figured out that obviously security guards trying to grab someone. And my mum, who is oblivious to the situation, is like, "Oh, I can hear something going on." She just like walks over to have a look. She's the only person who's done it as well. That's the funniest bit.
I mean, you've got to have a look when you're in the store or something, and something like that's popping up. You do have to go check it out.
My mum was like, "Oh, I thought a husband and wife were fighting." And I was like, "Oh, so you thought you'd go have a look?
Oh, right.
You thought you'd go see the drama." Yeah. Anyway, she's gone over and seen what's happening, and she's come back. And we can all hear the noise. We hear like this girl, a lady shouting, "Get the fuck off me! Get the fuck off me!" And then we hear like loads of shit smash into the ground. A couple of minutes later, we just see her like running off. She's got this bag, it's empty, and she's like fuming, swearing at the top of her voice. The thing is, the weirdest thing is in that situation, the only person that was like, "Oh, what's going on?" was mum. Everyone else kind of seemed to know and didn't like have a reaction to the situation.
Yeah.
2 seconds later, the security guard walks over to the customer service desk, which is near the tills, and he basically puts on the desk what she'd stolen, and it was like 2 jars of like Diewed Butts coffee, and like,
so, like
2 bottles of like,
so like 10, 12 pounds.
Yeah, I'd say about 12 quid.
Yeah,
because they were like big jars.
The big ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
And 2 bottles of like Surf washing conditioner or something, or like the liquid form, because it was bottled.
Like £30 total.
Yeah, and obviously she legged it out the shop, fuming.
Fucking hell.
And we went to the till because we ended up getting served at the customer service till because they serve as well.
Yeah.
And Mum was like, "Oh, this is quite regular in here, isn't it?" Obviously because no one had reacted and everyone was acting like this is a normal Sunday. And she was like, yeah, this happens like nearly every day. And she's like, yeah, you can kind of tell who's going to do it as well. You know, they walk in, it's very obvious what they're about to do, so it's easy to catch them. But she's like, yeah, this is literally very common in here.
Oh.
It's common to see this on a daily basis.
I bet it is.
Oh. But apparently this is like so common now. And also, even in Morrison's, Mum was saying, "Oh, make sure you take your receipt because I'll stop you to check that you've actually paid." And I was like, but that's just ridiculous. You're not obliged to take the receipt. Like, there's chemicals on it.
You are now.
But they literally stop everyone all the time.
Sign of the times, innit? There's a reason they're putting bars and stuff up around all the supermarkets.
This is why I says to Mum.
Yeah. You know, they anticipate, let's say, that people are going to be stealing more. Why would people be stealing more? Because prices of things have become unaffordable. Why is that? Because we're going into a recession.
Yeah.
But, you know, generally, a recession doesn't require you to put bars on supermarkets. So I guess what they're predicting is going to happen is going to be quite big. Yeah,
riots or like, you know, mass. And the thing is, you know, where the Morrisons is, you know, it's quite low demographic. So if that's happening daily there at this period, what's going to happen going forward?
To be fair, the last 2 times that we've been shopping now, I see it yesterday. I think we were talking, so I forgot to mention to it. In fact, I see some more alcohol alarm bottles just on the side.
Yes.
Did you clock that?
Yeah.
There was like 4 the other day in the aubergines, and there was someone like some of the shelves, and I was like, "Yo, these fuckers be rubbing the alcohol in here."
So it kind of also shows like a couple of things, because I was saying to Mum, I was like, you know, if she stole like bread or like food, I'd say, oh, fair enough, like cost of living crisis. But I was like, but to me, it looks like she, you know, maybe not the washing up stuff, but like the coffee. I was like, coffee's not a necessity. But then Mum was like, because I was like, you know, it's not a necessity, so she's probably just getting it because she can't afford to buy it, and she thought I'll just steal it. But Mum was like, no, apparently if you have coffee, it like reduces your hunger.
Yeah,
it destroys your hunger. So she's like, she probably can't afford food, which is why she's stealing 2 massive jars of coffee.
You know what they do?
And to be fair, she was super skinny too.
You know what they do?
What?
The coffee is their food, so they don't have to eat. Yeah, and the washing detergent, they sell it.
Oh.
They need to wash their clothes because it's expensive, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of the only things you can rub that hasn't got a label on it. Like, hasn't got an alarm on it, so they rob them.
That's expensive because they're like 10, 12 quid.
Yeah. So they rob them, probably sell them for like half price.
Yeah.
Keep the coffee, and that's their dinner.
Yeah.
Keep the change for drugs. Excuse me.
Yeah, possibly. It was funny because when we were driving home, we actually saw her walking up one of the streets, but she was with someone. So I was like, was this a 2-man operation?
Oh, there's groups of them that usually do it.
Wow.
When Mum used to work in retail, she used to tell me the maddest stories about like how people would rod stuff. Like you said, like it's so easy to spot them.
Yeah.
When you work in retail, you know what to look for because they all look the same. They'll be wearing a massive coat when it's not cold.
Yeah.
Or they'd be wearing carrying big massive fuck off like carrier bags.
Yeah.
With nothing in them or hardly anything in there. It's obvious what they're gonna do. Do you know what I mean? Because it's easy to just slip it in there, boom, walk out. And it's always like the same, sadly, demographic of people.
Yeah.
If they just clean themselves up a bit, they get away with it much easier.
The thing is, it's interesting because, a lot of these stores have cameras. They've got those things that go off, security barriers that go off if you've stolen something. But it seems that obviously this isn't doing the trick. So I feel like a lot more shops now have a lot more security all the time.
Yeah.
Like the Tesco in town, it's not even that big. I'm pretty sure the other day I went there was like 2 security. 2 security. What are you expecting to happen here, sir?
I guess that probably, because it's in town, and it probably gets a lot of trouble. God knows.
I mean, if you're really smart and you're hungry, you just go in the shop and eat it as you're walking around, and then
dispose of the packet and leave. That way, if you got caught,
free lunch.
Sorry, I've eaten it now. It's fuckery, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's sad, really. It's sad that this is what it's come to, but it is what it is, isn't it? Someone's got to win in capitalism, I guess, and someone's got to lose.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's not us Hunger Games.
I just made the thing because I couldn't actually whistle.
It's right, we'll teach you that one.
Yeah, cool.
You've got the one toner down though. There you go. Oh yeah. Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
It's Bob.
No, it's not.
It's Paul.
It's who?
Paul.
Paul.
Yeah. Paul my dick.
That has never worked in the history of ever for any man.
I beg to differ. We'll see tonight.
Funny. It was funny. It was good. It was good.
Thank you. Speaking about Paul my dick, what was this thing you were telling me about this porn star guy?
Oh. So, there's a porn star couple who are not in an open relationship. But they
Is that not impossible to be not in an open relationship? But strictly when it's business.
Yeah. So
it's a grey area. It still would technically class that as you're having sex with other people.
Yeah, so
it's an open relationship.
Yeah.
But the rule is outside of the work, then you're not allowed to. I'm guessing that's what makes it an open relationship.
I think so far in their relationship, what the situation is that for work when they're filming porn, both of them film it with the girls. So he films it with girls and she films it with girls.
Right.
But in this situation, what's happened is she has had an opportunity to film her first ever porno with a man.
Okay.
And obviously they're married.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how long they've been married for, but they're married. And she basically went to him and was like, "Oh, I've got this opportunity to film this porno."
It's this porno.
Film this porno. A couple of weeds. Is that what you think? To film this porno with a man, and went to her husband, was like, and she said he was basically telling the story, and he was saying that she kept giving me out, saying, if you don't want to do it, just say I'm not bothered, blah 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 blah. And he agreed to it. He said, no, go do it. And then he was saying that, once she'd done it, I did feel a certain way about it, that she'd slept with another man. Now, personally, I think this is funny because you film porn with women, which I'm assuming in the porno you're having sexual intercourse with. So why is it now, like, where is the, why do you feel funny about it that she's doing it now? Because
it doesn't benefit him, innit?
Yeah. So it's okay for her to do it with girls because you think it's hot, but like the minute she's getting piped by a guy.
Around. So how do you think she feels when you're piping other chicks? That's what I'm saying. It just is
interesting dynamic.
It's just never going to work, is it? Like, what are you guys doing? And you're married?
I'm married.
You're like,
well, what an interesting life. Could never be me, but like, I hope y'all are happy. So yeah, that was interesting. So obviously he was just basically talking about like how he felt about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, in my mind I can intellectualize it, but I still felt a way about it." And
You can intellectualize anything in your mind. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like you can rationalize anything in your mind. It doesn't mean you're going to feel all right about it or that it is all right.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's her job, and bro, you're married to the woman. You apparently love her, and she's getting dicked down by another guy, and that's going to be on the internet for everyone else to see, and potentially your kids to see if you ever have
yeah.
them, and
But
you to see.
but interestingly enough, he was said to another guy on the thing
Could never.
that had an open relationship that he with his partner or his wife, I don't know, but he's in a committed relationship. He's in an open relationship to his partner.
A committed open relationship.
Committed open relationship to his partner, and basically he was saying that he doesn't mind if his wife sleeps with other men. He's like, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. He's like, but if a girl that I'm seeing that's cool gets a boyfriend and I can't sleep with her anymore, that's a problem because I don't have access to her anymore. So maybe there's like an element of like, oh, this is mine.
Yeah,
it's like ownership.
Yeah, it's well, that is exactly what it is. He's obviously feeling jealous about it, in a type of way because I don't have access to them anymore because they're in a relationship.
Yeah,
that's how it works with normal functioning, relationships, bro. And why would you feel any way about it? You don't own these people. If you're so open, then it doesn't matter.
And you're so happy in your own relationship, and
it doesn't
then
matter. You've got so many people that you're sleeping with and doing your thing with, and shouldn't you be fulfilled anyway?
Yeah.
Why is it this person now you don't have access to? It's you feeling a way about it.
Yeah. But I think he thought he was really cool with his explanation. I was like, bro, you're just weird.
But you're just revealing all your mental issues, bro.
Yeah, literally, you're coming across with like, like you got some stuff you need to work on, buddy. But it's interesting perspective, of I don't like that I've lost access to them. It's like a control thing, I guess.
It's a control thing, and it's like a power thing in it, and it's like greed as well, I guess, because it's just like, oh, let me see how many women I can have, or let me see how many relationships I can have. Like that's like any human can actually function outside of one relationship anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But no, I don't know. It's a concept that I can't personally grasp. But I guess there are people that are in open relationships that are happy. I question that they are really deep down, but
a story for another time.
Who am I to judge? I'm not God. I'll let God judge them.
Yeah.
But that's the crack. Short and sweet.
Today. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You got it. You got the reference.